Yo guys, and welcome to another episode of FIFA 17 Road to Glory. I know what you guys are thinking, why is my foot champs footage in this Road to Glory episode? But this episode is going to be a little bit different. We're not going to be talking too much about trading tips or how to get better at FIFA today. Today we're going to be talking about the summer transfers, the rumours. For you football fans, it's been going on for the last couple of weeks, speculation, but as time goes on, basically things are getting a little bit clearer and some things are actually getting a little bit more uncertain in terms of players and stuff. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about the biggest transfers that everyone's talking about. Now, this this picture that I'm putting up right now, as you can see, at the end of the year, a lot of Arsenal players' contracts are running out, from Santi Cazorla to Snezzy to Alexis Sanchez. And Alexis Sanchez, people are thinking, where the hell is this player going to go? Well, apparently he's got two options, okay? He's got two options, and Chelsea are making Alexis Sanchez their main transfer target. Antonio Conte has discussed with the club's hierarchy the possibility of bringing the Chilean to Stamford Bridge. I mean, he's in talks with Chelsea over a new contract to stay as their manager, and I think that will probably remain because he he's done all right. Apart from his little issues with Costa, he's done pretty well. They're probably going to win the Champions League this year, and Sanchez has looked to leave Arsenal after 3 years at the club. He's 28. He's becoming increasingly frustrated. Came from Barcelona, and I mean, Arsenal haven't done that well from him. He's demanding a rise in his pay. Uh, it was made clear that Arsenal are not going to be negotiating with PSG, even though they're one of the richest clubs in Europe. But apparently, Inter, Chinese owners, and Juventus and PSG are probably not going to happen, according to Sanchez's agent, Fernando Felovic. But they're understood to be aware of Chelsea's interest, but there's not been a bid for the Premier League leaders yet. Arsenal are unlikely to make a decision on Sanchez's future until after the season, until it is official that he hasn't signed another contract, because Arsene Wenger said that contract talks with Sanchez were on hold until the end of the season. Now, Diego Costa is expected to leave in the summer. Now, if the Brazil-born forward departs Chelsea, Chelsea could look to sign another player. And now we're moving on to Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku could go to Chelsea. Now, Roberto Martinez is Romelu Lukaku's manager, and they said that they never really. Lukaku says that he never would have gone to Everton if he had met this guy. He's always wanted to go to Manchester United. His contracts are coming up, and he might leave. Now, I know I just said, oh, he could be going to Chelsea because Chelsea are probably looking for him, but like Zlatan, like Pogba, Lukaku is with a shark in the world of agents, and he could go. He could go. He's a better strike. People say he's a better striker than Diego Costa, but that's your choice. You guys let me know in the comments below. Who do you guys think is better, Lukaku or Costa, and where would you rather him go, Chelsea or Conte? Now, one reason why I think it's more likely he'll go to Manchester United is because is Wayne Rooney is retiring soon, okay, and Wayne Rooney probably wants to retire in Everton. So it would make sense for them to do a little bit of swap for Everton and Manchester United. Wayne Rooney can retire in his old club of Everton, in his home club, and Lukaku could go to Manchester. Now, we all know Lukaku signed in Chelsea in August 2011 and went back to Everton. So that does kind of shift it in the side of Chelsea getting him. So we don't actually know what's going to happen. Manchester United have gone out on a limb to say that they're prepared to pay and buy another player, but I'm not actually sure what's next for Lukaku. Anywhere he wants, apparently, because his manager's calling the shots. I mean, outside of England, the only clubs that can afford him are PSG, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, and Real Madrid, this is the words of his manager. So he's going to be literally going wherever he wants. I don't know if it's going to be the teams that are going to pull. I think it will be the money, because Lukaku does have history in Chelsea, and I have a feeling that he would love to play in Manchester United. Now, since we're on the topic of Manchester United, let's clear something up. A massive rumour that's been going on for a while that makes me think Lukaku is more of a likely bet in Manchester United than Chelsea. One, because of the swap that they can make with him and Rooney, and two, Antoine Greizzmann, one of Manchester United's biggest summer targets. That would be mad. Imagine Antoine Greizzmann, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Paul Pogba, Mkhitaryan and Rooney. That team, that midfield and strike alone is unstoppable. I mean, Antoine Greizzmann has reiterated that he's happy at Atletico Madrid, despite Diego Simeone casting doubt on his future over the last week. Now, the 26-year-old is Manchester's primary target this summer, and the Independent revealed on Saturday that Greizzmann is considering his future, again following Simeone Candade's remarks. But he only cares about what happens in the pitch, and he's happy in Madrid, and that is the words from Mr. Antoine Greizzmann himself. I mean, United's pursuit of Greizzmann was deprioritised last month, with the Old Trafford officials considering a move too complicated to pull off with the recent acquiring of Pogba and Ibrahimovic. Simeone refused to rule out the possibility of Greizzmann leaving last week, despite the Frenchman's international offering to stay if his manager gives assurance to his own future. Now, Greizzmann apparently told to him, "If you stay, I'll stay." Simeone revealed that last week, only to add, "But from here, nobody knows what's going to happen. I would never force him to stay." So, Simeone's remarks are thought to have opened the door for Griezmann's departure, but senior personnel at Old Trafford believe that he would likely, ideally, join Real Madrid. Now, I don't think Antoine Greizzmann will join Real Madrid. I think if he's going to go anywhere, it will be United. But I have a weird feeling that it's one of those things that if it did happen, bloody hell, it would be crazy. But I have a feeling, because of Griezmann's lack of eagerness, United might not do it. They might do something easier with Lukaku. Now, since we're talking about transfers, let's get on. And since we're talking about Real Madrid, now they mean business, and not just any odd business, but world record business. They're Spanish aristocrats, really, and they've reportedly dispatched minions their vault to begin counting out 100 million, which Real will then wave in front of Chelsea in the hope it will persuade the London club to relinquish Eden Hazard. And if Chelsea refuse, Real will do an about turn and march on Monaco, who are said to be opening the possibility of selling Bernardo Silva. Now, on the other hand, if Real do manage to get their claws on Hazard, then Chelsea will attempt to nab Silva. Well, the Portuguese might prefer to join Barcelona or even Manchester United. Whatever happens, Monaco are prepared to lose Silva, and have already identified his replacements, Bordeaux's exotically named Brazilian schemer, Maicon. The player mainly operates from right flank, but is said to be highly versatile. So Monaco could play Maicon in the middle, or Malcolm in the middle, and Malcolm is certainly the X factor. All things considered, Chelsea should forget about Silva and just go straight for Bordeaux's 20-year-old trickster then. Like Manchester United went for Gabriel Jesus early in the year. We saw how amazing that went. Unfortunately, he got injured, but it was pretty random. I don't think that would happen with Chelsea. One player that seems certain to join Chelsea in Monaco is Timmy Bakoyo. Despite an attempt by Arsene Wenger to persuade him to go to Arsenal instead, Wenger's having more luck to convince Sporting Lisbon's Rui Patricio, because he could replace Petr Cech, because Petr Cech is one of those people on the list that the contracts are ending this year. So Arsenal is, and I think the Premier League could be in the process of a massive change. Anyone has inquiries as to Alexis Sanchez whereabouts next season. The correct answer, well, we did talk about Real Madrid earlier, but now as we're on the topic of Arsenal again, let's talk about his possibility of going to Bayern Munich. Now, apparently, Bayern Munich have reportedly added their names to the list of interesting parties as they look to add more variety to their attack next season. Now, Alexis Sanchez would be amazing because his teammate, Arturo Vidal, those two players are from the same country. It would be great. And I mean, it could make sense if, like I said before in this video, Arsenal actually get their hands on Rui Patricio. Now, let's talk about Wenger and French power. He's convinced that France will dominate world football over the next couple of years, and they have the best players in the world. I mean, right now, France are doing pretty well. Even though they failed to meet the home advantage pay in the Euro finals, they can still do well. The Arsenal boss has no question that Didier Deschamps is putting together a squad that can. Now, guys, let's move on to the last transfer. It's basically a jam sandwich. Real Madrid are apparently itching to get Eden Hazard, and I don't think Chelsea will let go unless they have some sort of guarantee of Lukaku coming to their side or someone. Because I mean, they've lost Oscar this year, and if Diego Costa is going to leave, they're going to need to pull their socks up in terms of players, because they're probably going to be the Premier League winners this year, and I'm sure they want to carry that on. Now, the Belgian superstar is the #1 target, and that's for Real Madrid. Now, Zinedine Zidane told Florentino Perez he is the man that he wants to bring in the summer. So they want to rebuild their attack. Rodriguez has struggled to fill in when Ronaldo and Bale have been injured, with the likes of Lucas Vazquez instead. However, Hazard would do sick in this position. He would do a lot better than James Rodriguez. And apparently James Rodriguez, or not even James, James, is a player that they're going to try and use to swap with Eden Hazard for Rodriguez to go into Chelsea and for Hazard to go into Arsenal. Now, I don't think that would work, because personally I think Hazard's a lot more worth than Rodriguez. There's no disrespect to him. I think he's a better player, and he's a lot more worth. Now, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that's a fair trade? Do you think it will happen? And what do you guys want out of all the things we've spoken about today? Lukaku going to Manchester United or Chelsea, Greizzmann going to Manchester United, Alexis Sanchez going to Arsenal or Bayern Munich. All the crazy transfers that could be happening. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned.